Hello, Dr. Jeet. So sorry, so I'm little late. So we can start.
Uh, Hanji Sarabji, please go ahead. No worries. I think you have joined here, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Actually, there was electricity cut. So I was trying to fix a Wi-Fi. So,
Oh, your voice is not coming, I believe.
okay, so
Your voice is not coming, ma'am.
so are you able to hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. So let me try sharing the screen. We are having long topic to discuss.
I think now, yes.
Okay. Okay, can someone confirm if you are able to see the slides, please?
Ma'am, we can't see the slides. There's no slide.
Okay, let me try resharing again. Now?
No, ma'am. It's not there still.
Okay, okay. Let's try this. I hope now it will be coming. Because
Yes, yes.
Yeah, ma'am. Now it is visible.
yeah, because I got a message. Yes. Thank you so much for waiting for me. And my apologies for the delay. So what we are covering is today is an overview of clinical research interesting and little detail into protocol writing, because the protocol writing is the foundation of your clinical research, right? So let me put it into a slideshow. And during session also, if you feel like you are losing my voice or there is a trouble, so feel free to raise your voice. Don't message, because message I won't be able to read during presentation. You can speak it up, right? So this is little background, like who invented this whole clinical trial process or clinical trials. Is that it's also like an interesting question. It's, I will say that you go on Google and try to study about him. It's 1747. Dr. James, he was Scottish physician. He first time conducted or you can say carried out an experiment, especially in terms of today's language, where he divided people in two groups. One group he was giving them some source of vitamin C, mostly apples, other not. So see, he was the one who tried to invent what clinical trials are, right? So he is also known as a father of clinical research. Till today, the International Clinical Trial Day is celebrated, in his respect, you can say that. So just try to keep in mind that he's the one who tried to do the first trial, you know. So you can go and Google and can research a little more about him. So we will progress to next slide. This is little interesting facts you should know about clinical trial. Is that why I'm bringing this is that in India there is a lot of misunderstanding with related to clinical trial. Say it pharma people, say it a normal common public also, right? So you should know that without clinical trials, no drug or therapy is possible. So if we wanted to say that you wanted to bring a new treatment, vaccine or therapy, even diagnostics. Yeah. So if you wanted to bring anything in the market, it has to undergo the clinical trial. So not only clinical trial, but also you have to prove a data, right? Before it is launched in the market, before it starts selling in the pharmacy store, it has to undergo the clinical trial. So even as a common person, if you are joining a clinical trial, so joining a clinical trial is not make you guinea pig. So it is not that you will be treated unfairly. On the contrary, the patient in clinical trials, they get a greater degree of medical care, and they are also treated with a lot of dignity and respect. And they get overall and positive experience. The reason is that disease, if may not have a proper cure in the market, there is an opportunity that you can participate in a clinical trial and get yourself enrolled in that, right? And not only that, it will save you money also. So clinical trials are governed by very strict local and international guidelines. Anyone wanted to make a guess what is local regulation in India? Because I remember I have taken one general session last week. So in that we have touched on very good points. Any guess? It may be wrong. It's okay. What is the local government regulation in India?
Is it CDCSO, madam?
Yes, perfect. Serious. And under CDSO, DCGI, Drug Controller General of India, they specifically look for the approval of a clinical trial. So international international guideline, it's ICH. Maybe in our coming sessions we will study. So it is ICH GCPUR, that is the international guideline. So that because clinical trials, they are controlled by local government rules as well as international regulations. So that's why the patient safety and confidentiality is the priority. So when you are becoming part of a clinical trial industry, take a sense of pride in it, that you are doing or you are going to do a job which is very impactful. So, and this we covered a lot in extent that drug development is long, complex, expensive affair. It's not an easy job. And that is the reason they need a very trained people, right? Additionally, even sometimes, I give you one interesting example. Sometimes a company may be successful until phase 3 trial. Now imagine the difficulty. The moment they completed the phase 3 trial, they go to regulatory body, give us the approval. Give us a approval to market this product. And then they came to know that they are not approving it as a first line of treatment or second line of treatment. How about if they are getting approval as a third line of a treatment? Can you imagine their difficulty? Because if their product is getting approved, in a medical terminology, not in India, at least in abroad, they follow quite strictly, like first line of treatment, second line of treatment, third line of treatment. In case you are getting approval as a third line of treatment, then it's not going to be profitable to you, So there are many complexities into it. And it take lot many years. Now there are tools and techniques, still it is slow process. Reason is because humans are involved. And as I said, my first point, that attrition rate is very high. We have digged a lot in this point in our last session. So what are the key benefits of clinical research? Of course it benefits the patient. The participants who are participating in a clinical trial, they are getting lot of benefits, right? Lot of benefits. First is they are contributing to society. They are they are helping science. Second, if now I give you one example, especially in a public health, it happens a lot that people are not able to take care of a medical expenses of their family members. That's very common fact in India. How about if they are participating in clinical trials, their medical needs are taken care. So one infant in a clinical trial, that child was having some serious trouble in heart. Because that child was in a clinical trial, the sponsor arranged a therapy, total surgery and everything in a fortis that was costing them over 5 lakh. Otherwise, the family was so poor that I don't think that child would have been survived. So those are the benefit to the patient, and it of course improve our medical needs, and it is a evidence-based advancement in a medical science. So as we studied in the last session, that what you do in a clinical trials, you have to prove. It's not like you have done research like your cosmetics. So in cosmetic, you know that they do some little bit of research and they do the labeling and they sell it the product. But no, in clinical trials, in medicine, you have to prove that this is a statistically better or giving some relief to a patient, their side effects are less. So it is more based on evidence. So this word is very important, evidence. And another thing, investigators, your doctors, clinical researcher, they get experience most with recent medications. They get extensive exposure to GCP, GLP trainings. If you are doing a research, you can be a part of a global recognition. You will have an opportunity to publish. So these are more career related, like, that suppose you are doing a research tomorrow. So it is, as I am saying, it is a very impactful profession. More hospital and sites where research is conducted get infrastructure development, because they get a lot of funds and global recognition. How about if your site may get inspected by DCGI or FDA, it get a big accreditation. So last session, I gave you a homework to list down the 10 hospital and sites. The reason was very simple, so that you can start applying for internship soon. Patient get quality care and access to new medicine, at times life-threatening disease for which there is no cure. Because I still remember one of my friend, then their family member was having serious issue with the kidneys, and then they came to know that there is some similar trial is happening in Apollo. They enrolled that person in that. So in that way, people get lot of benefit. For a patient patient the world over, it means better and more effective healthcare. So this is a little generic. Now we are moving to what is the global growth of clinical trial market. What will be, money is important. If this industry is growing, you can have a better career. If this industry is not growing, then you can't expect a better career. So this is the data that I have pulled from a report. I can give you link also. I have kept a link of this report in my notes. At the end I will share with you, no problem. So you can study this also. So what is expected, that clinical trial industry is expected to grow by 8.7%. So this is the number they have predicted, right, based on the data. And in that also, now let's try to figure out that this red is your North America. So number of trial, how they are expanding. See, in the 2022, the number is very less. 23, a little stagnant because of the COVID. Now this number is going to be very high if we are seeing the nearby future. Not only in North America, but see this blue line, this is the Europe, again is going to increase. And Asia Pacific, this is the yellow line, is your Asia Pacific. Then this number is also going to increase. Then this is Latin America and Middle East. Middle East is the one where less trial happens. Israel was the one country they were working a lot on the regulatory side, but now with this recent dispute, I don't know what they will be doing, but otherwise they were doing very, very fine. They were in the competition in terms of guidelines and other things with FDA. So their standard was getting very high. Now you can ask me question that we as a population, we are lying mostly here, Asia Pacific region. But here there is number of trials, you are saying that majority is happening here in here, Europe and your North America. Now, one thing I'll tell you, all the CROs, last time we have studied that CROs, that pharma companies, they outsource their work to CROs. You can study about this. They outsource work to CROs, and these CROs are mostly in Asia. Many are in India only, like IQVIA, PPD, your Prexel, and I think I have given you homework also to name the list down the 10 CROs, right, in India, leading CRO. So mostly the sporting job work is happening in India. So the indirectly, even the trial is not very much happening in India. Still, the lot of clinical research work is getting done in India, like your medical writing work, your data management, your statistical analysis programming, all this is happening in India. Now, in fact, clinical trials are also getting more in India. We will study in a coming slide. So, this is the growth which is expected in the coming year. So you can keep in mind, and you can also visit this report. I will happily share a link with you after this we go through this session. So this slide is from, I have taken a data, just read this, May 20, 2020. So at that time, what was the scenario? India has 17% of the global population and 20% of the global disease burden. Still, less than 1.4 of all global clinical trials are done in India. So this is changing. I will show you another report how this dynamic is changing, and your job will get impacted. So one thing I have told you in the last slide is that outsource work is happening mostly in India, but actually when it comes to happening of clinical trial, so this is where we are standing now. This is total, you can say that ways to enhance the quality of clinical trials in India. So the lot of people are focusing on this, that how you can increase the clinical trial numbers in India more. There is a little story to it. I will tell you in the next slide. One is you can strengthen the regulatory framework. If your regulatory framework is better, that means more sponsor pharma company, they'll try to conduct a clinical trial in your country, because if they see that government is not supporting them, right, or the regulation is not good, then they won't be, because already they have a lot of pressure. And increased awareness among the stakeholder, one, awareness among the patient. If they are not ready to participate, how you can do a trial? This is contributing to 15%, dedicated clinical research training center. So in India, another thing is happening. Sorry to say that our educational structure is not that strong. We are lacking in a number of things, especially in a practical training. Like if you go to Europe and America, there are still, their masters or graduate programs are giving lot of skills. So that skill set is missing. So what is happening because of that? When people go and apply for a job, they are not getting selected. So that is also contributing factor. Qualitative monitoring, that proper monitoring of clinical trial. Patient awareness should be better. Now there is one video I will also share, from which is extensively shared with the patient so that they can participate in the clinical trial. And physicians also, accreditation of investigators, sites, and ethics committee. Even a leading hospitals, doctors of leading hospital, they are not so open for research because they know responsibility is high. In a practice, they can make more money. So investigators or leading doctors, they are not ready to participate because they say there is additional burden, unless they are having a strong interest. Increased frequency of regulatory inspection. So if the regulatory is, inspecting a lot, that means you can increase the infrastructure. And important factor, digitalization, So these are the parameters on which you can increase the, quantity of a clinical trial, have more you can attract basically clinical trials in India. So next, this is the report last year came out, and this was a very positive report. Now I tell you something happened here, very interesting story. You can Google it also. Basically, you can pull out the report. So what happened in 2013, before 2013, Supreme Court of India banned clinical trials in India. Just I'm repeating, the Supreme Court of India banned clinical trials in India. Someone challenged the government of India also and total regulation of India also, that this is not protecting patient. And it was the headline of all the newspaper that Indian people are being treated as guinea pigs, because the number of deaths those were reported in clinical trials were very, very high. I will share you one video also with for this, and one link to study this report, so you can go through it. And then, and government and the Supreme Court gave another orders to this CDSCO and DCGI, that reform your regulation. We were following Schedule Y. Now we are not following that. We were following Schedule Y. So now, because of that, the new drugs and clinical rules came in 2019. You should know these rules. New drugs and clinical trial rules 2019. And they came as a replacement of a Schedule Y because of the law, right? And it was so bad in 2013 that many organizations, many contract research organizations, they were shut down because business was zero. Not even single clinical trial happened even in 2013. No new approval was there. If there's some old trial was going on, they were going on. In fact, we even we were working with WHO, and we were partner of the government of India. We have to wait for 6 months sharp to get a approval of phase 3B. And even that for rotavirus vaccine, government of India was waiting eagerly because there was no vaccine in that area. But because of these regulations, because of the reforms, we have to wait, because of the court order, wait for at least 6 months. So this was little a dark side. What happened in India? Number of deaths were very high. Supreme Court banned clinical trial. Court even challenged regulation that reform your rules. They should be in line with international rules, right? So that's the reason we got new regulation. And this helped us, in a way, this helped us to bring our clinical trials back to India. And in fact, many things were addressed in these regulations, not a topic for today's. It shortened the approval of process also. That's how you are, you got approval during COVID time as well. So contributing only 4%, and India story was like so bad. We are contributing only 4% since 2010, but now because of the regulation harmonization, number of trials happening in India are more, and of course outsourcing is always there. And another thing, because now India is emerging as a top destination because of diverse population and infrastructure. When do I say is one, regulation, of course, that is there. Second, hospitals. And there is an equal participation from a private sector also. That also has given a lot of hope and to clinical trials, because when the private sector, especially this Fortis, Apollo, and other leading chains, they started participating in a clinical trial. So that's the reason that you have very good chances to make a very good career in a clinical trial. Now we can move to our second topic, protocol writing. Any question till now? Are you able to understand whatever? Because that was very interesting and that easy as well. Any question?
Yes, madam. Madam, now you told about this change in clinical trials. No, madam, earlier it was in the drugs and cosmetics rules as Schedule Y. Now it is the Schedule Y is completely obsolete, madam. Is it no more followed?
Yes. No, it is not followed. Now we are following new drug rules 2019. Why 2019?
Okay, madam.
Because these rules came in 2019, right?
Okay, madam. So what is the progress, madam, in the new rules? What is the anything added upon, or how
Lot of
it is?
lot of they even refined the definition of clinical trials. They have given a compensation formula. If there is a death, how you can compensate, how you can calculate the compensation. There is a compensation formula, and in fact informed consent form, they said you have to record it. In fact, ethics committee. And not only that, the big thing, academic trials, that academic research also happens, one of the strong good pillar, and professional
Okay.
research and interventional trial. They have given a regulation for both. So lot of, I think there will be a dedicated session on new drug rules in your syllabus.
So these rules, madam, they are not going to be as liberal, not a liberal. They are not going to allow things in clinical trials when compared to the earlier schedule.
They are strict compared to schedule.
Yes,
One.
yes.
They are the strict regulation because that was the need,
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
You are welcome. So, will the trial be kept on hold during recession? Recession, I don't know in which term you are speaking. So when the clinic, I give you another example. If you have was there in our previous session. So when you submit your clinical
I think
trial,
maybe, madam, maybe she want to say recession means they like, now we had a recession recently in the form of COVID. So probably I think in this.
Yeah, I'm answering that question only. So when you start your clinical trial, you give a financial plan also, that this is how we are going to manage
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, I'm the one who asked that question.
Yeah, I'm answering that only.
Actually, I meant like if during recession the funding will be less, like so the number of trials will also be less, or is there will be a change in number of trials?
See, if companies don't have money, then they have to do something, right? They may not be planning new trials. But to answer your question, you have to see the financial situation of every company. So there is another scenario happening in these scenarios. If it's a small company, they are not able to fund their trials. Generally, what they do, they shake their hand with big pharma. But in a recession, one thing I have seen, I hardly seen that a clinical trial has stopped. They try to find one or other way to run their trial. Either they take a help from big pharma because they sell their pipeline to them, or they get into a collaboration. They try to do one or another thing.
Okay.
Okay. So now we are moving to protocol writing. So I will give you little more background before directly starting to protocol writing, because I seen that you are in the beginning of your sessions, right? So just try to think about it as scientific method. The clinical trial is just a scientific method. So maybe you are doing your PhD, maybe you are trying, just imagine you are trying to plan your own research. So first thing what you will be doing is you will state your problem question, you will, in a way, you will define the purpose of your trial. If it is a vaccine trial, immunogenicity, maybe you wanted to find, right? Or if it is the phase 1 trial, suppose no matter which therapy area is, maybe oncology, maybe respiratory, maybe any therapy area. If it is phase 1, the purpose of the trial will be, anyone want to answer? Phase 1 trial, purpose of the trial will be safety.
Pharmacokinetic.
Safety, yeah. So yeah, pharmacokinetic is like, will be your end point or something, but purpose, main goal will be the safety, to establish safety, So you state your hypothesis, then you will develop a plan. That plan will be known as a protocol. You will be designing. So we said that phase 1 safety. How you will find the safety? Number of serious adverse event, a number of adverse events, right? And then how you will measure that, how you will design that research will be written in a protocol. So protocol will be your instruction document. Once you have protocol, then you will conduct your trial, and once you are doing your trial, basically you are doing your research, then you will analyze your data. And how you will analyze your data? By stat. SAS programming and all things are used here, analysis. And then finally, when you have data, then you will write a clinical study report, or you can say you will write a report, and finally you will publish your result. So you plan your experiment, then you design your protocol, and according to this protocol, you carry out your research, and then you take the reading, and analyze that data. How you will analyze? By the help of statistical tools, and then finally you will publish that result. So this is, you can say that, a life cycle of any clinical trial. Okay, so what is the purpose of a clinical study protocol? First of all, it is an instruction document to study team who is carrying out the clinical trial. So it is the instruction document on how and what to do. Explain study to outside the world. So anyone who is not part of your clinical trial, how do they will come to know what are you doing? So that will be explained by the protocol. It provides the reviewable document for necessary approval. So as we learned that to get an approval for to do any clinical trial, we need an approval, right, from DCGI, FDA. So you submit them this document, right? So what is the process of your protocol development? So this is the process. You choose the research question, as we studied in our previous slide. You choose your research question, that what you wanted to do, what is your goal. Then you develop a concept. Concept is basically 2-3 page document. You draft it in a rough way so that you can expand it on a later. Then you write a protocol. Mostly there is a team to write a protocol. We will also learn who all are involved in the protocol. Revise and finalize the protocol. There can be 2 to 3 drafts. It's not only one go. You can't finalize it. So minimum 2 to 3 drafts go in finalization of the protocol. Then once this is finalized, then according to that you do your research. So protocol is also known as a blueprint of your study. There is one question. Got stuck. Okay, so this is on a big level. This is the process. Now we will deep dive into protocol, different sections, how you plan, what all the people are involved in writing a protocol. So these are the minimum people who are involved in the writing a protocol. It's not a one-person job. So of course, medical writers, it's sometimes even more than one medical writer. It's not only one medical writer. So medical writer is the center. Now, as I told you that mostly work is outsourced. So there will be someone from a sponsor side. You can say the POC, point of contact. S is wrong. So this will be POC, so point of contact. There will be someone from pharma company, device company who has outsourced. Investigator, doctors who are involved in the research. Investigator, mostly 95% they are medicos, but there are chances that scientists or epidemiologist, they can also be investigator. But in that case, for a medical care, there should be other physicians on board. So keep that in mind, just clarifying. Sometimes student ask that, investigators are always doctor, most of the time, 95%, but epidemiologists and PhDs, they can also be the investigator. But you have to keep one thing in mind that in that case, physician should be on the board for what? Medical care of the subject. Keep that in mind. And there should be a statistician, because your sample sizing analysis, which technique should be applied, will be provided by the statistician. And there will other team also, like mostly, you are scientist, medical delivery lead, patent attorney, even lawyer. Patent attorney is a lawyer. What lawyer are doing in authoring, protocol authoring team? To protect the patent, anything related to dosing, because they are the one who filed the patent, right? So it's not a one person team. It is always multiple people. Those are involved in authoring. So maybe this person, medical writer, he's the driver, he's drafting everything, and these people like sponsor PFC, investigator, study statistician, other team members, they are giving their inputs, expert inputs. Like if the study is a PK study, then PK scientists sometimes also on the board to help in writing the protocol. So how you start? So suppose you just started, you are working with some contract research organization, you are a medical writer, you got a one work to complete a protocol writing. How you start your work from scratch? So you gather relevant template. Template is template is basically predefined form. You can say just like your admission form. So it is already predefined, like what will go first, what will go next, what will go next, like that. So you have to gather templates, synopsis. As I told, investigator brochure will be the source document for your protocol. Sample size information, any data available from previous studies, previous protocols, if available. So this is the basic information that you start gathering. So this can be also one of your interview question, that how will you start writing a protocol? So this is how you will begin. Request for any key publications, identify disease guideline, and anything which is relevant to this document. You try to gather all the relevant documents. Then you also arrange a meeting. Yeah, this is generally known as a kickoff call, because you are just starting. So if there is a sponsor, as I showed you in the last slide, there are many people are involved. So you, as a medical writer, you don't know about this study design, because this is not your job. You are writing a document, right? So you arrange a call with everyone, that what is the scope, what are the expectations, and in fact, what are the timelines to complete this project. And you will also share a meeting of minutes with everyone who is involved in that meeting, so that expectations are clear. Simultaneously, you will also request study statistician to calculate the sample size, so that they give you size estimation, power sample, right? Request clinical team to confirm their study objectives. Study objectives are study goals, endpoints, eligibility criteria. This we will learn in a coming slide. So basically, if you are starting from scratch, this is how you start. Number one, you gather relevant document. Number two, you arrange a meeting so that you can understand what we wanted to do. Third is take a help from a statistician, that please give us a sample size. Simultaneously, study team, that what is the goal of your study, what you are trying to do. So these are the, just because now we will learn one by one. So I give a pause for a 1 minute, that you can check what are all the sections of typical protocol. So what are the sections? Like, of course, like every document, title will be there, signature page will be there, background information that why you're doing this research. Is there need? Objectives, what are the goals of your study? How you will be doing? What is your design of the study? Who is participating in this trial? Study procedure, statistical consideration, how you will be ensuring confidentiality, how you will be executing informed consent process, what are the references and additional information. So these are the typical sections of clinical trial protocol. So remember these document, and if you have my book, I think there will be one example of protocol also. Okay, now we will study each section in a detail, right? Key component of the protocol: introduction, background, and rationale. So if you have already done some project in your master's, so you always start introducing. Say you wanted to do a research on some vaccine, you introducing that. What is the disease burden? What are the current options those are available, right? Why you are doing rationale? What is your rationale of doing this research? In fact, you will also provide mechanism of action, the drug that you are using, right? And how it is different from the treatments those are available, so that you always set the context, right? So just like before this class, maybe Dr. Ajit has given an idea, like who is taking class, what is the topic, why this may be the combined session, all this information maybe he has given to you, right? Similarly, in a protocol, you will be given these many background information. And I'll tell you, no matter in which field, maybe clinical operation, data management, medical writing, and any even regulatory, where you are working, always show good interest in a protocol. And I given you homework that list down the top 10 hospitals of your area, and then try to find that which area they are doing the research, and apply for internships. You will get a lot of experience at working at a site and hospital. Believe me, if you worked on that site for just for 6 months, your career will flourish. And then another thing is that objectives and endpoint. Objective is goal. Goal of research is, say, very simple goal if we are taking safety, right? Safety, say phase 1 protocol is safety. What will be the end point of that safety? Number of adverse event, number of serious adverse. End point will be that what you are going to measure. Goal of our study is that we wanted to measure the safety. We wanted to ensure the safety. That is goal of our objective. End point, how you are going to measure? Number of adverse event, number of serious adverse event, like that. Eligibility, who is going to participate in your research? Male, female, who is your target audience, right? And that will be based on your indication, or you can say that disease question that you are choosing. Then you will also be giving detail on study design, that how you are designing your trial. Is it parallel, like 2 treatment arms are there? One is new drug, one is placebo, or one is new drug, one is standard of care. Randomized, blinding, randomized it, randomly you are assigning a treatment, no one knows. Blinding is that there is an option that treatment is kept masked, that no one knows who got what. The reason is to avoid the biasness in clinic. Developing strong introduction, background, and rationale. How you develop strong, because now we will study each section, introduction, and this very first we are studying. How you develop strong introduction and background. What are the minimum thing that you answer? First, you try to answer what is the disease and unmet need. Brief description of what currently known about a drug and disease condition study. What is currently known? How much is the disease burden? What are the current treatments those are available? What is lacking in that? Background, published and unpublished information. Any information which is available. Unpublished is maybe animal study information that you have done is with you, that is you are quoting there. Why this study is needed? Focus around the research question and justification for the trial. That just you have set the context in last question only, that there is this much of a disease burden. Currently, this line of treatment is there. What is missing there, right? Or maybe the mechanism of action with the treatment which is available is not that good. Maybe side effects are very high. Anything is possible, right? Then give an overview of your study drug, previous result. Here is the, if it is a new drug, then you will quote animal studies, at least 2 species data, and for any safety and efficacy. And you will also tell them what is the risk benefit ratio, like what are the anticipated side effects, what is the anticipated benefits. Now, how you will do this? You have told them what you are doing, why you are doing. Now how you will do? You have to choose your comparative. Are you comparing it with placebo, or are you comparing with existing treatment? If yes, why? And there should be a justification for the dose as well, and what route, how you are administrating that particular drug, that you have to explain. Now coming to another question, which study population and eligibility criteria. You have to be strict with the eligibility criteria, right? Why? Because you are doing a clinical trial. You can't take everyone in your trial. Like, one of the biggest restriction is if people are thinking they are trying to plan a family, or they get pregnant, or they're planning to get pregnant, they are because of the no want to put the fetus on the risk. Even it is given a strong instruction in eligibility criteria is that if you realize you become pregnant during a trial, so do let us know immediately. Maybe they have to stop them. So this is basically eligibility criteria is admission criteria. Which population you are taking in your clinical trial. If it is pediatric population, then again it is vulnerable population, right? So you have to explain in your study protocol why you are taking pediatric population. Resources from where you get this information, maybe you previous protocol, clinical trial registers. I will give you this. This is little advanced for you. I'll give you name of 1 or 2 clinical trial registers. From there, you can also get the information. I have an assignment for you at the end. Very interesting assignment. I will give you the name of the registers. By referring those registers, you have to complete that assignment. So what are the key main recommendations? That keep the number of eligibility criteria is minimum. It should not be like a 10 inclusion or exclusion criteria. Keep them minimum, because if list is very long, then doctor who is screening the patient to participate in a clinical trial, his job will be very difficult. Only include those which are absolutely necessary and valid. Be clearly defined that, so that every inclusion exclusion criteria should be clearly defined, so that tomorrow inspector comes, auditor comes, they can easily verify it. Now, study design and randomization and blinding. So these are 3 things. Study design is how you are planning your research. Very simple question. How you will do? As I told you that we will be measuring safety of drug X. Now how I will be measuring? What is my plan? Is it prospective research or retrospective research? Mostly clinical trial, interventional, where we are giving new treatment. They are prospective, right? That no question there. What will be, is it interventional trial or observational trial? So if it is an observational study, then it is, just a minute. Okay, so observational trials, like you are not giving any new medicine, you are just observing the patient. So study design can be parallel, like you are giving two treatments, one new treatment, one maybe placebo, a copycat drug, or maybe you are comparing with the standard of care. As of now, just try to keep that in mind. That can be your study design. Now, randomized is that mostly you are doing a randomized with computerized program. And this randomized can be simple, like you are flipping your coin. That is as simple, head, new drug, tail, placebo, like that. And it can be stratified. Stratified is that boxes, subgroups in your population. There are couple of groups and then you are randomizing the patient. So you, as of now, you have to keep in mind that randomization, that trial is, treatment is assigned as a randomized. Blinding, trial can be single blinded, double blinded, or triple blinded. Single blinded, mostly patient is kept blinded. Patient don't know which treatment they are in. Double blind, your investigator, doctors, and patient, both they don't know which treatment is assigned to which person. So that all you give in detail in your protocol. Not only that, you also tell them that if something goes wrong, suppose there is a major side effect, how you can unblind, what is the procedure of unblind, and not only that, how you will ensure you can prevent the unblinding. So that what are the operational procedures, processes you have to follow so that nothing goes unblind. Now coming to objectives and endpoint of your trial. So objective is that goal of your trial, they should be always SMART. SMART is basically measurable, simply, specifically and clearly defined objective. Measurable, you should be able to measure. Like I said, safety is your goal. And how you will measure? Number of adverse events, easily measurable. Relevant to your clinical trial which you are doing. Regulatory approval. So everything. Any question? Okay. Okay. In line with the regulatory guidelines, your protocol goals and objectives should be in a way that they get approved from a regulatory side. And endpoint is that how you are going to measure your, basically that goal is your endpoint. I know little difficult, but it's not. You just as of now have to keep in mind that objective and endpoint is one of the section of your protocol. Now, methodology. We have designed the goal. How you are going to measure your objectives and goals? This you have to list down in your protocol. That including study setting site. How many sites are involved? Maybe 10 sites, 5 from India, 1 from US, 3 from Europe, 1 from other country, like that. How you will screen patient if you are doing a trial on diabetic patient? How you will screen? How you will recruitment? How will you enroll that patient? That you explain that patient, there will be a basic blood work will done to assess if they are diabetic, if they're falling in this range. Then other blood work will be done to ensure they are meeting the eligibility criteria. Then you will be enrolling patient in a trial. How you will be recruiting your patient, that is listed. Maybe you are doing some survey before you start your trial. How you will be allocating study groups, basically numbering, because in clinical trial names are not used because you have to keep things confidential, right? So then numbers are given. Every subject is given number. So how you are doing that numbering? How that numbering will be happening automatic? Study drug preparation, like at what temperature you will be keeping your drug? How you will be transporting from one side to another? How you will be administrating that drug? What is the standard of the care that you are giving? What is other allowed treatment? Right? When patient will be visiting, what are the assessments that will be happening, basically laboratory work, what that all you give in detail. How blinding and unblinding you have to do in case of an emergency situation, how you will be doing that, and how you will be assessing your endpoints. Like I said, number of adverse event, how you will measure, right? Study treatment, then there will be another section full focused on study treatment. Sufficient, this is very straightforward, sufficient detail to allow a replication, including how, when they will be administered, when this drug will be given to them on day 1. Okay, how many doses? 2 doses, 3 doses, 5 doses. Strategies to improve the compliance, because mostly what happen in a clinical trial, they participate and they don't take a drug on time. What process you will follow that they take the drug or treatment on time, and you have to ensure maintaining the blindness of the trial. Why this particular dosing has been used, there should be a rationale to that. How will perform the assessment and where? A participant will be given a chance that they can discontinue the trial. If some adverse event happen, they can, they can discontinue from the trial. What are those conditions? Those are already listed in your study protocol. Safety, how you will ensure safety, because one of the GCB principle is right safety well-being of the subject, so there are dose escalation and de-escalation also, like maybe 10 mg using, if they see some side effect, maybe they have to come down in terms of dosing. There are many things, right? What are the local reactions? Guidelines to discontinue the treatment if they see some adverse event or serious adverse event, or they can discontinue the treatment. What is the guideline? It should be given in your protocol. What are the expected side effects, so that should be given in your protocol. Now, as I said, in clinical trials, we answer 2 questions. One, how safe this treatment is, and second, how well this treatment is working. In your protocol, you write basically how you measure these 2 things, how you measure your safety by adverse event. And now I said adverse event and side effect. Maybe by checking the vitals, maybe by doing the lab test. Efficacy, how you will measure efficacy, it is little deep question, is based again on your protocol. What you are going to assess, if it is a PK study, maybe Cmax, Tmax, T half-life cycle, that will be your efficacy question. Lot depend on your protocol, but it is given in detail in your protocol. Now I wanted to give you the name of the registers. These are the 2 registers. I will request you, please visit clinicaltrial.gov. If everyone can note down, note it. Second is Udracity. Please note down. Explore these 2 registers, clinicaltrial.gov, Udracity. These will help you in a long way. So now I won't bore you very much. So if you remember here, where it has gone, here. So we said dosing, assessment, administration. So this is given very simply in this dosing schedule. This flow chart is made in your protocol, gives you high level of view. Okay, when screening will happen, when will be the run-in phase, when randomization will happen, when treatment will happen, when will be the follow-up. So all this given in a flow chart. So if you tomorrow get some protocol, and maybe it's your new job, and you wanted to understand that protocol very quickly, visit this study flow chart. Every protocol has that. So it gives when you will doing informed consent. So informed consent, sorry about that. Informed consent on your day 1. Inclusion, exclusion, like that. What you will be doing the next procedure, a physical examination, when it will happen, day screening time, it will also happen, run-in phase also happen, randomization also happen, treatment time, this also happen, follow-up time also happen. So physical examination and vital sign happening throughout the trial. So here this is hypothetically, suppose ECG that is happening at screening time only, right? So diary instruction, maybe whenever patient is coming to hospital, these are given like that. So this is the flow chart, is part of every protocol. So these are the additional things, those are attached in a protocol, like ethical, statistical, and data management. And these, one good news is these are standard section. You have to copy paste. Ethical section is mostly copy paste. Statistical, medical writer need not to do much. Only statistician they provide. Data management, again, medical writer don't do much. Data management team, they provide. I know people are losing interest, little technical, but very interesting. So this protocol synopsis is also built. This provide the brief overview of study aim, so that in nutshell you can understand. So this document work as a short document for trial staff and even reviewer approver agencies also, right? So what are the sections? Those are given in the synopsis: your brief introduction, study goals, endpoints, study population, and brief summary of method and how you are analyzing. So this is this work as an independent document of your protocol. So protocol synopsis is also attached within protocol. So these are additional appendices, those are attached, maybe because investigator brochure or device brochure is attached because it is a source document, maybe some diagnostic treatment guideline, some questionnaire, patient diary, anything can be attached which is relevant to of that particular study, that is attached in the appendix. ICF, informed consent form, CRF, everything is attached in the appendices. Now, this is few questions for you. So before we take the question answer, here are the few questions that you have to answer. Then I will give you the link.
Dr. James.
Yes, perfect. James, Age, Dr. James Lind, right? Okay. Name the key sections of protocol. Any guess? Any 2-3 sections of protocol that we have studied now? You can write in a chat also. I have, wait, because you should not be leaving as of now. Safety, efficacy, good. I will give you link also to, link of all the things that we have discussed. Safety and efficacy, introduction, aim and objective, yes.
Eligibility.
Yes, eligibility. Statistical consideration, background information, yes, yes. Good. Study design, very nice.
Ma'am, procedure.
Yes, methodology. Yes, Fatima has name. Procedure is methodology. Yes. Okay, now this is easy question. If you have listened me carefully, what is expected growth of clinical trial market?
Ma'am, 8.7C.
Yes, 8.7. Yes, correct, correct. And India is emerging as a top destination for clinical trial. What is the right answer?
Diverse population.
All of the above.
Any more guess?
All of the above.
Yes, perfect. Oh, why it got stuck? Now this is I made this easy for you. Protocol. What are the what protocol is the document? What is the mainly stated in this?
B.
Ma'am, B, background objective rational design methodology of
B.
Background
trial.
objectives,
B.
rational design and methodology of trial. Yes, yes, good. You listen me, that made me happy. Thank you so much. Now, I think one or two more question, then I will share link. Protocol study define the following in clinical trial.
Ma'am, sample size.
All of the above, right, ma'am?
No. Read carefully.
And B, sample size and number of.
Yes, I tricked you. I tricked you.
No, ma'am, initially also I said B, option B.
Yes. So always take some time, to understand. Okay, now what is this is one assignment that if you do, it will help you a lot. If you can do today only, very nice. Assignment number 1, write a short essay on important points to consider in a preparation of protocol. Can you do this? You can also Google it.
Now it's like just I'm asking for a hint. It's like aims, objective, methodology, and then which include the procedure, what kind of methodology we are using, including
that also, and plus what we studied.
Analysis, statistics, and then after and at the end result, the prediction of the result.
Yes. And not only that, plus you have to do that, what you say that.
References also, ma'am. References also at the end.
That how you really start. There is one slide that I showed you. Like this, you gather all the information, you did do a meeting, that also you have to give in this essay. Okay, so now I give you few links, then I have to.
Ma'am, actually I missed the initial class also, that's why I'm just it's taking time to understand the thing. So first I'll go through the initial class, then I think it will become easier for me to understand this class also.
So now I'm giving you few links, then here you go. You can go visit those recordings, that will be easy. I think Dr. Ajit provides recording of everything.
Yes, I have already asked for them, and sir uploaded in that group also.
So this video also you can watch. This is done by me only. So give you a lot of idea. Then what else I have to give you?
Ma'am, would you mind posting these links in the WhatsApp group, because it would be easier to access them here, because like once we leave, we won't be able to access it here, right? So do you mind
I will say copy and save. I'm not sure if I'm having access to your WhatsApp group. I don't have access, I think, to your WhatsApp group. If you can save these links, it will be very easy. I'll try. I can ask Dr. Ajit. Okay, I think that's all. One more thing. Yes. This assignment also, please, you have to do. Can you read it? This is your assignment 2, basically, not 1. That new drug XYZ was developed by this pharmaceutical for treatment of lung cancer, So in animal experiment, it was found that it is useful in cases not treatable by surgery or radiotherapy. The drug was useful in reducing the size of tumor, delaying the spread of to other organs, and basically increasing the survival time. Yeah, I'm giving you a lot of hint. No drug is available for the treatment of such cases at the moment. The mean survival of such cases is 1 year after diagnosis. Please prepare a protocol to test the efficacy of a drug, assuming the trial can be conducted for 4 years. So the time of your trial will be 4 years. And the investigating hospital treats 100 such cases every year. So from where you are already seeing that the hospital, maybe leading hospital that you are choosing, they are already getting 100 such patient every year. Try to make one protocol on this, and lot of information you will get from clinicaltrial.com. You can simply put what you say, that lung cancer. So if I wanted to conclude everything what we did is today, so clinical trial is, they are scientific experiment. Those involve human participant. They are performed under controlled conditions, and you have to prove that this treatment is working. And all how you are doing your research is defined in your protocol. That's clear. We covered protocol in very detail, right? Now coming to this, that you performed this research, clinical trial you performed, then final thing that you have to do is that publication. You have to share the finding of your research with the wider community, scientific and medical community. And that's how you influence the medical practice in decision-making process and best treatment for future. Even the findings of your trials are negative. Finding can be negative, can be positive, but both you have to publish. So this is the conclusion of our whole, session. Then that's all. Will you be able to do this assignment? This is a template also I'm giving you. Here is template by NIH. So I can share with you. Okay, any question for me? And another website that you can visit, clinicaltrials.gov. Please visit this. Did you find today's session interesting or relevant? Feedback is very important. It helps. Let me try to find clinicaltrial.gov for you. I can show you. Okay, so
Yes, my ma'am.
okay. So can you see this site, clinicaltrial.gov? Hello, can you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first link is not working. I will reshare. Don't worry. So this is clinicaltrial.gov. You can go here. So here are many options to explore, not today. So maybe you are going on interview and you know that that particular hospital is doing a research on oncology. You can try to find similar information here. Even you can download protocols from here. Full-fledged protocol you can download from here. So here you will find studies. You will find basic information about studies. Everything you will find, how you will try to do your research. Put any indications, say heart attack, study in indication. It has many advanced things also. You can search if you want to, heart attack, India, whatever intervention you also know, you can refine your research. It's just like your Google. Okay. Then search. Right? Then search, you will get, see how many studies we got. 3,250. I will say spend every day 10-20 minutes here. Even when you got a job, spend time here. If you're planning to do a PhD, spend time here. All the pharma companies, when they are doing a trial, they list their research here. So now not only that, I will say go ahead and from this side, you can choose also, like here, active, not recruiting, completed, terminated, suspended, withdrawal, all the information related to trial you can choose. Even if you want to select, like, okay, trial only on child, you have 308 options. Trials only adult, 3206. Male, female also you can select, anything select what I am from. Then you can also select if you wanted to pull out only phase 1, early phase 1, not only phase 1. Like, just see, heart attack, early phase 1, 10 trials you have. Phase 1, 112 trials you have, like that, and not applicable also 901. Said then now you said that I wanted to do research observational, I'm not interventional. Again, you have a category to choose. You have things to refine. Now I see. Now I wanted to see the trials with the result. I wanted to see the result. Let's see. Apply filter. From here, you will hit this. You will also able to see the result of that trial. And this is how you will able to plan your study. Result posted. So here, see how many patients are there, 93. What was the study record dates, participant flow, baseline character, outcome as a goal of your study. Everything you will be find in this record. Look at this. See here, everything. Try to spend time on this site, you will understand why you are site. Like how many patients they have taken, like in 75 group, there were 15 patients, 81, 32, aspiring 46, like that, So you will get all the detail. You will also get the information on age. So if I wanted to see how many adverse events were there, see here, data on adverse event, you will get. Like here, what kind of serious adverse event they have reported. Cardiac disorder, 0 in 15, 0 in 15. But in this arm, they reported 1 out of 46, which means 2.17%. Clinical strokes, again, 1 only. Right? Like that, they have reported all the data. So this is how you can explore. So if you wanted to get a basic information, just click on study design. You will get a basic idea. Like it will give you the overview of the study, what this study is, when this started, 2007 it started, until 2010 it went. Number of people were 93. Study type was interventional. Why they have done this study? This is, you see the detailed description. Now I have given you assignment on a lung cancer. So you put in this and you will get lot of information from here only. So this is the site I shared. I wanted to share with you. You can go through it, explore it, gain some knowledge, right? Any other question? There are few chat. Okay, job. Yes, PubMed is good research. Okay, as a fresher, you have to work hard little, I will say. First thing, as I said in my previous session, try to apply for an internship and work really hard on your skills, right? You should be knowing all the basic about clinical research, all the basic of clinical trial guidelines, regulation, and if possible, list down the hospitals of your area and apply everywhere. And not there, also online also, but modify your CV according to the job description. Always read the job description and modify your CV. Face as many interviews you can face. It's trial error only. Face as many interviews as you can face. That is the only recipe. There's no other way. I have to test the link first. Any other question?
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
Ma'am, last week assignments are given, ma'am. In that, one assignment is not cleared, ma'am, for me. In our area, which hospitals are conducting clinical trials is not giving in net, ma'am. We can't find it. How to
What is
find it,
your
ma'am?
city? What is your city?
Tirupati, ma'am.
Then what are first thing you do? List down the leading hospitals in your city. What are the key leading hospitals? I will give you one sheet also. Visit this site. I am giving
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
CTRI, India. If you are not able to find what are the hospitals who are involved in a research in your area, go visit CTRI, Clinical Trial Registry India. Right? Visit
Yes, ma'am.
there in a filter, put the name of your hospital. Sorry, put the name of your city, you will get all the hospitals.
Yes, ma'am.
Do this. If you still not able to find, then I will help you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
You are welcome anytime.
Ma'am, would you mind showing how to access that CTRI site, ma'am, please, if you don't mind?
If you type on Google CTRI. Let me show
Ma'am,
you.
my question is once you reach the site, because like it's asking for a lot of other parameters as well, no? Like your sign in and all that. That's why I wanted to.
No. Just go to, let me see. Even I am more working with the city.gov. I am working on clinicaltrial.gov. But in the past I have worked. So you go.
Ma'am,
So
it is asking, sir.
no. See, this sign in is for sponsors, not for you. So trial search you go. Here you go. From here you can, so home, don't go here. So yeah, sign in CTRI you don't need, because you don't want to register, you are not having any trial username password, you don't need. So trial search, type here. So try to search here, state here, you know, uh, you can select state, then district wise also. You have to work little hard and get the name of few hospitals those are injuring. And then here is another tab for you, is that advanced search. That also I think you can explore. So these two, trial search and then advanced search. And in this site, any trial which is happening in India, they register here. So publication also you can explore here. Okay. Anything else? Yes, separate protocol. Separate protocol for every trial. Even if you're doing phase 1A and B, that's separate trial. Also try to explore this site also, guys. You have to do little homework. We can discuss in our next class, or if it is mine, I'm not sure. This also, Udacity. This is meant for Europe, and these day Health Canada is also doing a lot. There are many, but as of now, keep yourself limited to these three. Okay. Any other question? Guys, put yourself on mute. All right, I think if there is no other discussion point, can we close our session?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You are welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you, everyone. Try to do the assignment, please. It will help you a lot.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.